That's how you
almost
make
threw up.
a show.
That was something was coming
You're
up
not
on that
supposed
one.
to throw up while we're recording. It's like well, actually, maybe that's like what people want. Maybe that's like that's what we're looking for, like fucking premium entertainment.
Listening to people throw up?
But I mean, okay, so if you're like, wow, someone's at a party, you're at a party, okay?
Okay.
You're with a bunch of your friends, people that you've known for a long, long time.
Okay.
Okay, and then one of your best buds, maybe someone that's even usually more buttoned up all the time in their life, they're kind of a little bit more straight-laced, and then all of a sudden they're throwing up violently upstairs, right? Now, okay, maybe not violently. Maybe just a nice, mild level puke.
Okay.
You guys all got a little too drunk. Violently, that was like Hateful Eight stuff.
Okay.
Not Hateful Eight vomit. Just a regular old vomit.
Okay.
And you go upstairs and you're like, ha ha, that's hilarious. Jake is throwing up. Jake never throws up. High quality entertainment.
You know what? Actually, I have a friend named Jake.
Does he throw up a lot?
Not that I remember.
So if that guy threw up after being too drunk, wouldn't it be hilarious?
I mean, I suppose.
Man, you're not yeah, like when I think of entertainment, I think of like Turtle Man, like just high quality entertainment. Have you ever seen Turtle Man? I mean, terrible
yes,
show.
I have. Yeah, okay. Yes.
Everybody's seen Turtle Man, even if you don't watch Turtle Man. You've seen Turtle
I've never
Man.
watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then you see him and you're like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, he's just such a weird guy. He's like that crazy uncle that, like, was way too into outdoor stuff and, like, never really got too far, like, ahead in his life.
But still funnier than Dana Carvey in a turtle suit?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
Master of Disguise is one of the worst movies in the world.
Ever.
Oh, my God.
God, I hate it. I loved it at the time when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie when I was 12.
Yeah. When I was fucking 10 years old, I was like, this is hilarious. Mm-hmm. He's doing the voices like this, and then he's just like, whatever, I'm doing the voice like this. And you're like, ha ha.
And then you became an adult.
Yeah, and then you realize that voices just are not shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, for sure. Did it get quieter, audience? Because we had to turn off a fan. I paused it, and I turned off a fan because I left a fan on because it gets kind of hot in my room. Could you hear it? That's my next poll. That's my next poll question. What, do you think they could hear it, Joel?
Well, I don't think so.
I feel like everything's just so much more crisper and like quieter around us now, though. Like, what if the fan was just like in the background, like all of the obstacles in our lives, and you just sometimes don't pay attention to them?
I feel like there should have been some really inspirational music playing behind that.
Like just like some nice soft piano.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Just like that.
Yeah. like have it kind
just
of
on a loop.
Off. Yeah.
Just on a loop.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
on a loop. Can
and then
someone do that for us?
And sometimes like in the cry voice. And then it's like, and then I'm like hopeful. And then I'm hopeful.
And then it gets really upbeat and Michael Bolton jumps in.
Yeah. It's like, bring it down.
And clarinets.
Yeah, clarinets. Hell yeah. Clarinets do everything, but
woodwinds.
Woodwind instruments. That's the instrument of the day. You said it, Joel. 6th caller calling in gets a brand new woodwind instrument. No, that'd be amazing though. If we could just do woodwind instrument just giveaways randomly.
We can't take any live callers though.
Yeah, no, that's we haven't.
That defeats the purpose. We'd have to make another fun video though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we could. We just haven't devoted our time to that.
In due time, audience. In due time.
We will give away woodwind instruments because we all know that's what you want. Is that what people want?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Let's start this show, though.
Welcome to Geeks Between Worlds, the crossover podcast where pop culture collides.
Yeah. So that's the intro of the show, people. I am Oscar Lucio.
And I am Joel Gonzalez.
I was going to say who I was with, and he was just like, I'm independent. I'm like Texas, dude. I'm Texas. You're America. I'm Texas. Bam. No?
I'm nicer than Texas.
You're not the Lone Star State?
No.
Not even a little bit?
I don't like being alone.
No? Okay, here's a fun fact. We're talking about fall horror TV today, okay?
Yeah!
That's our first TV preview episode that we're going to do. We're going to do a two-parter. The other one is going to be mostly based over superhero shows. We're going to throw in a couple comedies that we like. But here's a fun fact. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the very first one, okay?
Okay.
Where was it filmed?
Oh gosh.
Not Texas.
No.
Not Texas. It was in this beautiful state right here, the Colorado in the Rocky Mountains. And if you actually see it, you can see mountain ridges behind it. Hilarious.
I know there was a specific town they were near when they did it, but now I can't remember which it was.
Yeah, I can't either. But yeah, if you actually
We're bad at facts.
Yeah. No, it was like a half fact. It was like a half
Partial fact?
Yeah, partial fact.
PF?
Yeah. You know the facts that people actually care about, the partial facts. Cuz yeah, just but anyway, so we are talking about fall TV. We are focusing on horror shows, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later. We're really excited for it, but for right now, we're gonna do our random Twitter poll segment. Let's do a random song.
Twitter polls, Twitter polls, Twitter polls, Twitter polls.
All right, I'm gonna take that. That was so mad-libbed and
That was
fantastic. So our first random Twitter poll today, Joel, are you excited for Jumanji 2 in 2017? Okay, 19% said, can't wait. I cannot wait for this film. I'm going to go in the theater. I'm going to watch that shit. I cannot wait. It's on a bucket list. No, it's not a bucket list. But anyway, so 9% said Kevin Hart and Karen Gillan. I'm sold. If you are a big fan of Kevin Hart, which he has a huge following, then you might be sold on it already. And if you're a total geek that is into Karen Gillan because she just touches geek things and they turn into gold, then that's a whole nother following that's going to automatically come to that movie. But it was only 9%. So, maybe a lot of people don't know the Karen Gillan. I feel like the listeners know who Karen Gillan is.
They should.
Yeah. Also great in Ouija. I loved Ouija. It was a great movie. Now our winning answer, might see it. So people are like, yeah, who knows? Maybe if my homie calls up and says, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing really, just eating some ice cream and watching Comedy Central. It's like, you want to see Jumanji 2? It's like, might see it.
I mean, I'll probably be at MacGuffin's.
You'll probably be at the MacGuffins
I'll just
in
kick
the
it at
AMC.
MacGuffin's. Yeah,
kick it. Yeah. See
Name drop.
What you need to do is you just need to be able to put in a streaming device on your seat that you tape on your seat, streaming, and it's like a PvP, just like a private user type of thing. You're not streaming it out for the globe, but you can at least stream it to your phone so you can watch it in MacGuffins. You know what I mean? You probably won't pay attention to it since it's Jumanji 2, maybe, but
put a TV in front of the bar and just play a random movie.
yeah, that would actually be great, especially if it was maybe super low audio, because then it would kind of almost make sense, because you couldn't really hear it, but you're watching it.
Subtitles.
Yes, subtitles. That'd be great. That'd be great. Or maybe if they just showed extensive clips of movies, you know what I mean? Or maybe it just cycled through movies as they were playing through the theater.
Man,
this,
I feel
this is what you could be watching now.
I feel like we should be making money for MacGuffins right now.
Probably. We should be the MacGuffin owners.
Patent pending, copywritten. Don't take it, MacGuffins.
Yeah, because they already don't have that. I feel like you went too far on that.
What if they do, though?
Maybe.
What if in a few months you go to see a movie with your pops?
They're like, hey, would you like to buy this
And
inside establishment from my pops? He's Mr. MacGuffin.
Mr. MacGuff.
He's Sir MacGuffin. This is all for sale. We're looking for a buyer. You got a blue moon, so I think you might be good.
You pay $10 for a blue moon, sir. You are an imbecile.
You win, Charlie. The factory, the chocolate, the Oompa Loompas. You win. Holy shit.
So anyway, the last one was not a chance at 31%.
Yeah, not a chance. Yeah, we kind of went off of that, but you're right. Not a chance at 31%, which is pretty high. Pretty damn high for not a chance. It seems like Jumanji 2 might be set, they all go in the game, because in the picture, they're all in these strapping clothes. They're just I'm totally ready for the safari. And it looks super jungle-y. And it's so do they just spend the majority of the time in the game?
Maybe. I mean, that's what I kind of got from it. But I just want to let it be known that I'm with the 31%.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
I won't go pay to go see it.
In a personal conversation you and I had, you said that if they paid no respect to Sir Robin Williams, that you would just lose your shit.
I think that would be wrong if they didn't.
That would be absolutely wrong, and there's no way that they have to. The Rock has said though that in a way it is a continuity of the movies.
I would imagine
So-
it would have to be. I mean, you can't take that original or somewhat original idea and try to make a sequel to it that doesn't continue on from the original story. The original story was so good and so compelling. I mean, you wanted to find out how it all happened and
Yeah,
how we
absolutely.
got stuck in the game and all this other stuff. But I think the reason that I'm not too excited for it is the casting.
Yeah,
I
it's
like Kevin Hart. I really do. I enjoy
you
his
like these
stand up.
actors, but it's like
But as a
together?
whole, I don't think they'll be very good. I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm also not the biggest fan of Jack Black as an actor.
Yeah, it's
I-
like
I
it's such
enjoy
a
him as a
weird
musician.
situational actor. Like
Yeah.
he is such like he has to be like perfectly there, like in that right thing. Like he can't act too Jack Blacky. You know?
No,
what I
man,
mean?
like School of Rock, that was one of his greatest movies.
Yeah,
And then
but that also
like Pick a
defined
Destiny
the
and stuff.
Jack Blacky.
Yes, that's
That
very,
defined
that's
the
very true.
And
That's
then
very
you're
true.
like it's almost like he did so good in School of Rock, you didn't want him to play that character again. I think that's kind of what it is.
But then I think he really saw that people enjoyed that character. So
It's like the
went off
Pauly
of that.
Shore effect.
Yeah,
It's like the Pauly Shore effect. Pauly Shore, one of the craziest things about him is like, you don't hear about him, and it's not because of drugs, it's not because of alcohol, it's because people didn't like his acting personality, and he realized that, and he had a huge trouble of going through. It's like, fuck, I didn't fall off because I screwed up, I fall off because people stopped liking me, which was just like such a hit to his gut, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think
understandable.
I think the Jack Blacky, that's totally that same vibe, that's totally that same story in a way, because he was great in Goosebumps, but then there, like you were saying earlier, it was like almost he had an accent at some parts,
And then he forgot about
you
it.
know what that was, Joel? I think it's just him acting serious without him being quirky. He was just a serious author for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like he just tried to
I can
put a
see that.
serious voice on. You know what I mean? He's a man full of many voices,
That's true.
and I feel like his voice will not fit in this movie, sadly.
I think, I hope it doesn't go this direction. Also, like I'd said before, I'm not going to pay to see this movie. But I think that he's going to kind of dive into whatever character he dove into to turn into R.L. Stein.
That's
It
true.
would be something similar to that. A lot of it is speculation. We don't know
Yeah, we
about
don't know.
how the movie's going, what
Yeah.
direction or anything like
I
that.
have here's a Oscar hypothesis plot. Okay. So, Jumanji, the story of Mr. Parrish, everything, okay? What if he grows up, you saw him, and I can't remember her name, Bonnie Hunt? Bonnie Hunt? I think that's it. Bonnie Hunt. I'm going to go with Bonnie Hunt. When he's with Bonnie Hunt at the end of the movie, and they're like, we're going to go on this vacation. They're like, no. Remember the yell? They're like, no, don't go on this vacation because then you're going to die. They totally know that their kids will be abandoned and have to live with their aunt. And then,
Right.
obviously, not the best freaking parent. That she was almost as equal as the Jurassic World assistant. You know what I mean? The Jurassic World assistant that just got like brought up and down and died all horribly
Yes.
in Jurassic
Oh,
World.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that could have happened to that aunt in Jumanji. That would have been a proper ending for that movie.
should
Like
have.
if she would have died right before everybody went to the board and everything was fixed, perfect.
Extremely
Perfect. But it was
irresponsible.
yeah, extremely. I mean,
That's why she didn't
yeah.
have kids of her own, I guess.
I mean, did you see how easy it was for that little boy to go and grab that axe?
oh man, yeah,
Yeah, so
Holy
easy,
shit, yes.
so easy, so
Oh, my
easy.
goodness.
That's not today. That's not in this world. You're putting an axe like up high, or you're locking your shed. Well, I guess he does kind of have to break the lock on the shed, though, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting too crazy. All right, next Twitter poll. But like I said, I'm real quick. They're gonna go into the game. I think they're gonna know the story of Jumanji 1. Maybe it's gonna be like a story that the whole world knows, and then 4 explorers go into the game trying to find out the secrets of it. What if it's a jungle on a different world? You don't know that, right? I mean, if he was there for so long in Jumanji and the world was being discovered in that time, in that time.
Oh my god.
What?
Could it possibly just be another universe
Say it.
that Rick and Morty
Wubba
may
lubba
po-
dub dub!
Oh,
Rick
Ricky
and
Tikki
Morty.
Tabby.
Rick and Morty Jumanji episode. That's what they should do. They should just play off of it perfectly. Maybe it's like they go in and then C139 Rick and Morty are just there, and like you kind of
37.
see 37. Well, maybe it's 39.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's the people that didn't go to Blitz and Shits. Maybe it's that Rick and Morty. Because we both know that C137 Rick and Morty stayed
were the
at
ones
Blitz
that
and
they
Shits.
stayed at Blips and shit. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. And we watched a whole different Rick and Morty. That's a great theory. I fully believe that theory, which leads us to our next Twitter poll question. Have you heard the newest Mace Windu theory yet? Okay, real quick, this is a rundown. They think that Mace Windu is Emperor Snoke in Force Awakens. There's some great plots to it. They're saying that Finn is actually Snoke's son. He couldn't train Finn, so he decided to try to train, what's his face? Kylo Ren. They try to train Kylo Ren. His face is all horribly burned, and he's pale from the Emperor's lightning in Revenge of the Sith. Samuel L. Jackson said himself that he didn't think he died, and also they say that Emperor Snoke has this very, very weird, how do I say this? He just is really involved in both sides of the Force. He has an interest in the dark side and the light side of the Force, and he knows that like a great battle's happening. And he says that he was alive during the whole rebellion and through the Jedi's falling and all of that. So that puts Mace Windu as a total perfect candidate to be Snoke, Finn being his son. It's a crazy theory. It just started being released on the internet. You might not even have heard it yet. This might be the first place you heard it. But 18% of you said, yes, you have heard that. 60% have said, no, I have not heard that. 3% said, yes, love it. You love the fact that Mace Windu is Snoke. Crazy plot twist. And 19% of you said, yes, how fucking stupid. So dumb. So dumb. Samuel Jackson, Snakes on a Plane, ain't my Snoke. Hell no. Hell no. All these fucking Jedi on this fucking plane.
Not his Snoke.
Not my Snoke. All right. So, but 60% won that with no. So I hope you heard it here first. And this involves some of the shows that we're about to talk about. What did you think of American Horror Story Roanoke? 28% of you said, I want more. I need it. It's American Horror Story. It's one of the biggest horror shows that the fall has. It's just something that I need in my life. I like weirdness. I like weird sex. I like weird killing. I like weird torture. I'm a weird guy. So that is 28%.
You just told the public you like weird sex.
No, I'm not me personally. I'm saying I'm representing the 28%.
Okay,
Because
all right.
if they want more, that means that they thoroughly enjoyed all the weird sex, including season 3 in Coven when that black chick totally had sex with that bull.
The bull.
Willingly, and then was like, oh my god, he hurt me. Like, what did you think of having sex with a man bull? He is gonna bull the shit out of you.
He's gonna bull the shit
seriously,
right out of your hiney.
I mean, who else is just gonna like willingly sleep with Bull Man, and then you're over here,
Precious
just open wide for him? Like he's gonna get that. He may never get it again. He's gonna get it. So if you voted to 20%, you like weird sex.
Okay, all right, okay.
You have to associate that.
All right, then all
right. 16% says has potential, and maybe it's because the first episode of AHS Roanoke didn't have weird sex. It had regular old sex.
It was just regular
Just some
sex.
regular old...
Good old fashioned fucking...
Girl on top, just getting at it. And, conveniently, she said I love you to Cuba Gooding Jr., and then scary stuff happened. He didn't even have to say it back.
Got saved on that one.
Saved by the scary.
You could say he had a snow day. That's bad. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. 36% of you voters won with could have been better. It could have just been better.
Mm-hmm.
And was that because of the format? Because it was like a show within a show? I think that kind of almost what saved it, because I feel like if we would have just saw the Cuba Gooding Jr. and just the Sarah Paulson stuff, it would have been just super, super boring, I thought, kind of.
The documentary style is nice. It's
new.
It's new for it being a series. I just don't know about it. I've been so apprehensive about the show the last couple of seasons.
It's almost the slowest going off episode that we've seen in the last couple seasons, I think. I think the first episode of all these seasons were just so intense, kind of, and like had so much coming at you. And then when it got to this one, it was just like, hey, so far it's just like a regular old haunted house. You know, it's obviously going to be about the Roanoke colony that mysteriously vanished off the face of the earth. If you haven't heard that, go check it out online. It's a great, yeah, probably by aliens. So I hope that leads to that. We've seen Kathy Bates in the show. Her character was one of the ones that got hit by the car. She got hit by a car.
Hard. Man.
Yeah,
She
hard.
got right back up.
Hard. And then Sarah Paulson goes, Are you okay? For real?
I don't like Sarah Paulson.
For real? Okay, that I'm gonna say this last poll, and so 20% of you said I hated it. So 56 of you either thought you hated it or it could have been better. So
I was just slightly bored.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I think that's because they just didn't go total like crazy with it. You know, they kind of actually left it open to maybe tell a good story. I think, you know what I mean. All the other seasons are just super bodacious. I mean, they are as bodacious the word in all meanings. You know what I'm saying?
Saw, dude.
Saw, dude. Bodacious, huh? Okay, but now here's my question.
Okay.
Is there life after American Horror Story for Sarah Paulson?
I hope not.
Why? Tell. A lot of people love Sarah Paulson. They think that she's just the constant that has to be there in the series. What makes you not like her?
She's a good actress. I don't. I think it's more on
you just crossed your leg. You're like,
level.
I just don't know.
I think I just get a little judgy with her. She always comes off as so bitchy.
Yeah.
And like
all knowing. Like she just knows. Like she's like, like this is just what I
maybe
want.
a little of arrogance. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
You said
don't
something
like her.
earlier that
Her mouth.
her
mouth.
mouth.
And I know this isn't her fault, man. She just happened to be made that way. But
Yeah.
man, you make a lot of money. Fix that mouth.
Oh my god, you're so offensive. It's awesome.
Katherine Heigl did it, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, she pissed a lot of people off and hasn't acted in a while, but she did it. You know, she had a little snaggletooth, got that shit fixed right up.
Yeah, real quick.
With the quickness,
And-
like
but
after
no,
season
no.
1, Grey's Anatomy fixed tooth.
Let's talk about how the mouth could be such an important thing, because you know who else has just I hate their mouth. I hate their mouth so much. Ronda Rousey. Hate her mouth. Hate how she talks. It's like she just doesn't open her mouth enough. It's like, open your mouth wider when you talk. It's like she's just like one of those people that just like talk like this. She's like Belichick. She's just like, I'm not a surgeon. You know, I don't do surgeries. I like it that way.
We're on to
We're on to Cincinnati. It's like, God, just God, open your mouth or something.
We can't
just
start
say
on football. We
something.
can't
Yeah.
start on football.
But anyway, you know who else also has a horrible mouth?
Okay.
The
Go
dude
on.
that does the World Nightly News now, that black guy with the glasses, kind of balding, and he has that no top lip, and it's just all bottom lip. It's just he's like, welcome to the Nightly News.
I want the listeners to know
the
that
face I make.
Oscar looks like the fucking Grinch when he was trying to
you've
show
never-
the face
you've
that
never
this guy
seen,
made.
No. Actually, I'm gonna let's get into some personal stuff right now. Let's get into this real quick.
Okay.
Back in the day, I could do Jim Carrey face. I mean, perfect. I could do it right now for you. I mean, so much more than what you just seen. I mean, it's almost like a Scream mask. The mouth I can make.
That's weird.
I don't show it to anybody because I just feel like you think differently of me afterwards.
Yeah, just
You're like,
don't
I
show it to
can't.
me then.
So yeah, I only show it to my niece and nephew, and it's like this. Like nobody can see it. It's like I covered the sides of my face, and I just look at them, and I'm like, weird face, and they're like, that's
weird
crazy.
face.
Yeah, that's probably not the best thing to do to your niece and nephew. Don't follow that guy.
Uncle
but-
Oscar, what face is that? He's irrelevant. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's a weird face. Hey Samantha, you want to look at my weird face? No, but anyway, so last poll before we get to our main topic. Which would you rather own? Okay, PS4 Pro just announced, okay? 4K ready, not 4K Blu-ray, HDR, enhanced GPU, supposed to be faster. It's not really sold as like a VR like type of connection. Like they're not saying that it runs VR better or anything like that, which is kind of disappointing. But 39% of you said you would own a PS4 Pro. You're gonna go buy it. You're gonna go buy it. Like it's just I'm 4K ready. Why not? Now the winner, 48%, surprised me a little bit. Xbox One S. Now that has to be because maybe it's like the PS4 Pro got announced and it almost seems like it's just not as good as we all thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I don't think it was a very big step forward.
Well, and then also that conference was just a bad conference. You don't stream a conference that's about 4K that you're showing to a group of people.
It was like a really bad Apple conference.
Yeah, it was like you don't show people 4K. Like you can't. I'm streaming it on like shitty internet right now at my work just to watch it like on my phone or something. Like I don't know what you mean when you say that this looks so much better, or oh, now we just turned on HDR. Look how much better it looks, and blah blah blah. Like, and everybody's like, oh yeah, it looks really good. It's like, well, that doesn't sell that to me. I can't see that.
That's true.
What they need to do is they need to go out and they need to tour it like PS4 VR with the PSVR.
Yeah, that was cool.
They need to go out and they need to ask Best Buy, hey, we're gonna get one of your nicest TVs that you have, we're paying for all this, and now we're going to have our own PlayStation Pro booth that's constantly running these 4K HDR images, 4K gaming and stuff like that. That'll be something that sells it. And the Xbox One S just seems like it can do that and more. It just seems like it's ready. It has the 4K Blu-ray, which seems like a lot of people are really, just ready for, and it doesn't have the HDR yet, but regular PS4s are going to have the HDR switch that's coming, and it's going to just be a software download to where it will at least be compatible with HDR TVs if you don't have 4K, and so that's something that Xbox One S could easily do. If it's just an application download to where it's just an update, it's like, then they can definitely do that.
Much simpler, right?
Yeah, and 13% of you said PS4 Slim. Now, total.
Why?
Total. Yeah, I know. It doesn't even have an optical cable. But I don't know. What's weird is we're in a generation now to where a lot of people don't believe in a slim model. I don't know. It's weird because before then, like, Xbox.
It was all about slim.
Xbox was like, PlayStation went through 2 slim models. PS3, 2 slim models. Xbox slim model. And it's like people, I think now it's like, now we're just expecting something with it. It's like, oh, well, and it's probably because it's a shorter cycle,
Sure.
The Xbox One and the PS4 will just not live as long a cycle as PS3 and Xbox 360. And most of that was because of the financial meltdown, When all of that stuff hit, that was about the time when we should have got a new console, and then everything was just backlog, until companies started making money off these games again, and they didn't have to worry about all this financial crap that was going on, government being shut down and all this shit, and it's like all these things are about to probably be done, and I expect maybe a PS5 or Xbox has already said Project Scorpio, and they're saying that it'll be more of a next console rather than an Xbox. It will still play all your Xbox One games, but and they haven't exactly said that there'll be Scorpio exclusive stuff, but there's gonna be.
There has to be.
Yeah, there's no way there isn't.
You don't release a new console like that and not have exclusives.
And they're even saying with PS4, it's like, well, games will be able to have that Pro feature if they want to add that in. Like, it'll just run that much better on a Pro. It'll look that much better on a Pro. But the thing is like people like Witcher's like, no, Witcher 3 will not have an update to where it runs HDR. It runs those things for Pro. Like, we're on to our next game. And granted, hopefully that next game will have it, but it just shows you that developers, like, they're hesitant. They're like, nah, I don't, that doesn't make a difference to me.
That's a lot of
time
and manpower and,
and
money.
Hopefully, as games are being developed, it'll happen. But I mean, like, I was listening to a podcast, and it's just a perfect point. It's like, we just saw Final Fantasy 15, Last Guardian, God of War, even though Last Guardian doesn't look the best anyway, God of War, all these games, Detroit Become Human. We've seen all of these run and presented to us on regular PS4s. like, why do I need these exactly? I'm still probably going to get a Pro myself because I feel like I'd rather have that model as time goes along for just the value of it. You know what I mean? I guess. I
Sure.
don't really want the older machine. It's
Right.
just kind of like buying a Slim, but this Pro actually has more stuff. I don't like the whole functionality of an Xbox One. I think it's annoying. It's just
I've
annoying.
never actually had to try it, or I don't think I've really even played an Xbox One at all. But I do kind of relate with that 48% that wants that. Not granted, mostly because I've only had Sony.
Yeah.
Growing up, my parents didn't really believe in like video games and shit, so we didn't get that stuff. I didn't get my own console until the PS3.
Yeah.
The first console I bought myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that for a long time.
Yeah.
Almost got the yellow circle of death.
Oh yeah.
Ended up working just fine for a while, and then GameStop had their promotion to either to trade it in to get the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I upgraded and got the PlayStation 4. So I think just because I have the PlayStation 4 already,
Mm-hmm.
and the Xbone S is so affordable, if I was able to do it and I was in a situation where I had the sufficient funds and the opportunity to buy this console, I think I would.
Yeah.
I'd probably be disappointed because of the interface and how everything works, because I've heard so many complaints about that, like you were just saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would go buy it
Yeah. No. And
just because of the price.
well, yeah. No. It's a great price, and it really does seem like it's just better than the PS4 Pro. Still, like, I just and that's just I'm a huge PlayStation fan. I'm a PlayStation guy. But yeah, just the hardware, what it seems like, what we were presented. I don't have a 4K TV right now, but
Why do they add layers? Why?
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to say that.
Yeah. No.
I don't get it.
No.
I don't
It's
get
true.
why they what's the point of it? Like, this system's got 2 layers,
Yeah.
and then just the Pro had the 3 big thick layers.
Yeah,
or
big
whatever.
layers.
I don't
yeah, it's like
understand it.
the whole presentation of the front of the console. Yeah, it's like it has like those like line and those like grooves in it, and you're like,
Right.
yeah. They're just doing that. I'm happy that the whole console's matte though.
Yeah.
There's no gloss on it, and I do like that it's like, they're like square, like the Slim just is like just a square, like
Right.
it looks pretty nice. Like it does look nice, but yeah, you're right. I don't understand why they have to do that. It's like if you just made it look like a smaller one, or whatever. I don't know, but
Or maybe even like.
I mean,
just
I
look
like the
one
light that
solid
goes
piece or
around, like,
something. Yeah, moving that was cool, and then I'm actually more excited about the DS4 Slims
yeah,
than I am
controller.
about the consoles.
Yeah,
Those are rad.
they should have announced the DS4 Slims by themselves.
Mhm.
Probably would have been a great announcement. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like announce the Slim and the Pro, and then just 3 days and be like, oh, and now Slim controllers. You know
Right.
what I mean? Or
Just that little simple moving the indicator light to the top of the controller.
yeah,
For like
looks
multiplayer
great.
games.
Looks
It's
great.
a simple little move
That looks fantastic.
that looks great.
Yeah.
It just completely redesigned this thing, or redefined it basically. But
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the controller, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you almost went buck on
Oh
that
my
controller.
god!
Okay.
Send me a DS4 Slim, Sony. Send
Do
me
it.
one.
Do it. Send it. All right. So now our main topic, Holmes. We're getting into fall TV.
Yeah.
We are excited for Halloween. You and I are so excited for
That's my
Halloween.
shit.
Yes. Show me what you Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah. So
40 days? 40 or 41 days? I think it's 40. I think it's 40.
40.
I think it's 40.
now. So 40 days, maybe 41. Who knows? We're not perfect. You're not perfect either,
Numbers
so
are
don't
hard.
judge us. Don't judge us. But anyway,
Don't be judgmental.
Yeah, don't be judgmental unless if we're being judgmental, then it's okay. Like that Sarah Paulson rant that Joel got on earlier.
Yeah,
Pretty
judge her.
judgmental. Judge her. You crack me up. All right. So first show, since we did the poll, we're gonna talk about AHS first, real quick. I know just a lot of people that just lose steam. It's one of the most shows that I hear people stop watching, but yet it is still, it catches me still, What did you think of Roanoke? We've talked about what people thought of it, but what did you think?
Like I said before, I thought the documentary style was cool. That's different. You don't really see that very often, especially for it being a horror-based show. The documentary, I love horror documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, that was a cool way to portray it, and still keep, I guess, a few actors that otherwise probably wouldn't really have a role in it, I guess, for the reenactments. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the whole reenactment part. I forget the two actors' names who played the original couple.
Yeah.
But that's super cool. I wasn't the biggest fan of how it was going, I guess. Everything seemed like it was dove into too fast, like with not too much explanation, I guess.
It was okay, we were like, she's pregnant.
We
I
live
got
in LA.
punched,
I
she
do
lost
yoga.
the baby.
We got in a fight.
Yeah,
These
and
kids
then
hit
we
us.
bought a house.
And then they moved out here.
And my
to
boy
North
Cuba
Carolina.
went from 26 to 40 just to try to get these guys off their back. Didn't even try 30.
Man? How
Not even
bad?
35. And then that other dude that's actually Cuba, that Cuba's playing, is like, that's all our life savings. And it's
Almost.
Like, what is the problem?
You spent 40 grand on a haunted ass house that you can't furnish now. Good job.
Yeah, if you would have jumped that fucking, that the 3 instead of the 20, or how much at 14, if you would have jumped to 3 to 30, instead of the 14 to fucking, or the 13 to 40, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why? I bet you them hillbillies couldn't even afford 30.
Well, I bet you there's something going on with those hillbillies and that weird pig thing.
You think this will just turn into Wrong Turn?
Oh fuck.
That's still a possibility.
And I'm done watching this show.
No, seriously. I saw this and it was like, oh, the Roanoke, blah, blah, blah. But then, I saw this, forest, and then it's a tree. And I'm just like, and there was actually speculations of it kind of being that Wrong Turn vibe a while ago, off season. And it's like, I hope that they don't just try to make this about Roanoke mystery, but make it Wrong Turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If all these people are being snatched up in the forest and they're just being tortured by hillbillies, damn it. Well, it had potential.
Yeah, and hopefully it still does. But like I said, from the last few seasons, my wife and I were huge fans. My wife is actually the one who got me into the show. She had gotten the first season, watched it all. Was all about it, and I was a little apprehensive because of the dude on the cover. It was the latex suit dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah.
First season, weird sex.
That's weird. Yeah, really weird sex.
Told you.
Which I got over the apprehension, and I ended up watching it because I always give into horror shit, even if it's B, C, D, F listed. I don't fucking care. I'll end up watching it at some point. Except Sharknado. God damn it, that's so bad.
Dude, I think Tara Reid has a metal arm now in Sharknado. I cannot confirm that, but I'm pretty sure I seen an ad and it was like Sharknado 3, and it was like her with a metal arm.
Did you see what the subtitle for it was?
No.
The third one?
Nice.
Yeah, great.
They ain't
Good
even
job.
trying
they
over
don't
there at
fucking care.
Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi's still gonna play it.
And I feel like, I bet you just Sci-Fi just gets enough numbers. That's what pisses me off. I bet you they just get enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they still have better shows than Containment.
Yeah, well, Containment wasn't good at all.
Exactly.
Containment was the worst freaking, post-apocalyptic, and it was a miniseries by CW. It's like, CW, why even try in miniseries? You just don't have the funds to pull off a really good miniseries.
It was bad.
You know what I mean?
It was so bad.
That's the thing with a miniseries. It has to just be, totally funded well for a miniseries to work, because you really just have to have as many resources, and you have to make that as good because you just have a limited time, you know what I mean? And a lot of people know that because they're like, oh, well, this is going to end. Do I really want to even devote my time to this?
No.
This is going to end. It's not going to continue. It has to be fucking killer off the get-go, or else it's just going to be crap.
I woke up to my wife watching, I think it was the end of the first or part of the second episode. And just in the 5 minutes that I saw, I had to leave the room.
Yeah.
I was annoyed. There was just mistakes that were made by direction, as far as
and
little
production.
things and
Yeah.
production.
Yeah.
Just little things like sitting in a quarantined room wearing scrubs with your face uncovered,
Yeah.
and the
absolutely.
entire
You just totally didn't have a good understanding of Like, what is okay to be uncovered? What
These people don't know how to handle an apocalypse, essentially.
Yeah, clearly.
Come on.
Clearly, these people didn't know how to handle making an apocalypse show. That's what happened.
That's it.
Terrible. They were like, we did the 100. We can do this. And it was like, nah, man, you got it. The 100.
Real bad.
You did the 100 off Lord of the Flies. You know, Lord of the Flies is fantastic.
Great
you
movie.
know, this is shit. Like,
Bad.
Containment was
Bad,
horrible.
bad. So anyway, with American Horror Story, I hope that it does have potential,
Yeah.
but I don't have high hopes.
So you are could have been better, or are you has potential?
I think I'm both. It definitely
Nope,
could have
nope,
been.
nope, nope, nope,
Shit.
nope. You're not both a shit, Joel. You're one. You're a singularity. Are you has potential or could have been better?
Okay, could have been better. I think it loses potential in my mind because the last 2 seasons I watched, I lost interest.
Yeah.
And each season, I lost interest sooner and sooner. After the clown died in Freak Show, I thought that was the best story in the entire show.
Yeah.
But
and
then
it was
I
the
heard-
dude from the Drew Carey show, and you're like, I love this guy.
He was my favorite cross-dresser.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just the best.
He was super cool.
Yeah.
Margarita. So yeah,
he
so
was a great character though. In that
it was
show.
an amazing character.
It was such a character that just made that type of thing like that. Like that's that pre-LGBT like support that you didn't realize that was in shows, but it was. You know what I mean? Like, sure, it was a comedy, but like that was a character that like totally allowed that to happen, and you loved that character for it. Like, it wasn't like we're hating that character because he was a crossdresser. I mean, that was like the late or well, kind of like mid to late 90s, to where that wasn't exactly everywhere. Like, there was still a lot of haters of that group, you know?
Yeah.
And like things have just changed so much in the 20 years.
And then he dated Mimi, remember that?
Yeah, he dated Mimi, and Mimi was down. That's like a weird thing for Mimi.
Super weird.
What happened to her?
I don't
I don't
know.
even
I don't think
know.
I know what she looks like without makeup.
Oh my god, probably not good.
Gosh, I miss that show.
Yeah, I know. Drew Carey show. It's a 5 o'clock world when the whistle blows. Yeah, great.
This guy knows.
Yeah.
Hey man, someone put that shit on Netflix.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, straight up. Why
And
is
Home
that
Improvement.
Yeah, why are those shows not streaming like all the time? Just be
should.
a stream extravaganza. A streamaganza.
Extravaganza.
Extravaganza.
A water balloon.
Yeah, it's like a fucking streaming fest, man. What's up, bro?
God, okay.
What's up, bro? Okay, so I'm with has potential. If they have a solid second episode will be out by the time you hear this. So
Wait.
I hope they have a second episode.
Is Sarah Paulson in the second episode? Potential loss.
Get to the chopper. Shooting them down. Okay. So now we're gonna get into a show that. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna not get into the show that we totally love. I'm gonna get into the show that's coming up real quick.
Okay.
Exorcist.
Oh man, yeah. Okay. So I'm a little upset about Exorcist. I'm super pumped about the show. I'm just unhappy that they gave him a Friday night slot.
Yeah, I know that's such a rough slot, isn't it? Like, we're all doing stuff. Like, granted, it's gonna be fall, so we're not gonna be doing as much stuff.
And we are in the age of a DVR, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But shows do rely a lot on
time
ratings.
slot. And time slot and their ratings. The time slot just completely fucking involves that rating, and Friday's just such a hard slot, especially for like something that you're just so like. Okay, here's a question first. Are you gonna watch Lethal Weapon or are you gonna watch Exorcist?
Exorcist.
Exactly. Who the fuck is gonna watch Lethal Weapon? Sorry, this was. You know what? I realize that this has no meaning, but who the fuck is gonna watch that show? Nobody's gonna fucking watch that show.
It's gonna be so bad.
I'm so sorry, listeners. I just had to go off on this. It has no point to do with The Exorcist. I'm so sorry, but no one's gonna fucking watch that show. Damon Wayans? No, nah, man. And that other guy is Riggs? Fuck no. And then even the trailer, he's like, "What you think, Riggs?" And it's like, God, you even had to call him Riggs in the trailer because you weren't sure if people would even recognize Lethal Weapon.
Nobody
did.
Yeah, I'm disappointed
no
with
one's
that
gonna
one.
watch that show.
Yeah,
No
it's
one's gonna
bad.
watch that
And
show.
yeah,
Terrible.
so anyway, Exorcist,
Terrible.
just Friday night, really, especially starting it in coming to October.
Yeah.
You know, it's starting tomorrow, September 23rd.
Yeah, September 23rd. It's like ready
Or
for,
yesterday or the day before or the day before that,
depending
whenever
on
you
when
listen to it.
Yeah, depending.
But it bums me out so much. I would love for this show to just do extremely well and thrive, and for all the horror fans to enjoy it and, you know, get what they want to get out of it, giving that Fox doesn't screw this up.
Now, do you think some people feel like me about the Lethal Weapon? They're like, Exorcist. Ah,
Oh yeah, probably.
fucking stupid,
And they're probably Sarah Paulson fans.
I just want to watch Sarah Paulson.
Yeah, Sarah Paulson.
Look at my mouth.
Sorry, Sarah.
Look at my mouth.
I'm really not judgmental.
Yeah, I don't think Sarah Paulson's that bad, but I'm riding this wave because it's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
her.
I'll ride this wave with you, buddy. I mean, I'm like so-so. I'm like whatever. Like I said, I don't think she has a career after this show.
No. I mean, if I met her, I'd be a little starstruck and probably not say anything.
Yeah, you'd probably be that total just hypocritical asshole, like just like total foot and mouth syndrome. And
I'd be Andy meeting
like,
the
"Oh."
Broncos' old punter.
Oh, well. yeah. Andy met the old Broncos punter, and he goes, hey, David Treadwell? And he goes, hey, what's up? And he goes, what up? And then he drove away.
Kicker, not punter. Sorry.
Yeah, kicker. Yeah. So anyway, that's football. It's football season, so there's more football stuff going on. I hope you're into football. You might not be, and if you're not, then that's cool. We totally don't hate on that. It's like, I mean, you should probably watch football, but if not, totally get it.
Tangents.
Seriously, tangents about
Okay.
football.
Exorcist.
Okay. Exorcist.
I'm really upset that it's coming out
Friday. And it's gonna be hard. So supposedly Georgetown. In 1973 with Regan, that's backstory. That's happened already. That's already happened, and it plays off of that. It seems like in the trailer so far. Is that good or bad?
I think it's good.
You think it's good?
I think I was expecting them to go before and
Regan.
lead up to
Regan.
the events of the movie and Reagan, but I think I'm happy that they're going with after. Just because at the end of the movie, who doesn't wonder what happens at the end of a movie in that universe? Or
Yeah, and I mean,
whatever.
granted, there is other Exorcists, but I mean, like, obviously, it's gonna be uncanny. Well, obviously, probably, it's either one or two things: other movies not canon, or movies are canon, and just the whole Regan saga has already been done. I don't think that though. I think it's just gonna only follow the first Exorcist movie. Because, I mean, it's the pivotal movie, you know what I mean? I mean, just like Jurassic World did. Just like Jurassic World did. They're like, Jurassic 2, Jurassic 3, what are those? Just Jurassic. Yeah, so I think that's probably what they'll do with it. You know, I'm actually disappointed about them not including Regan and stuff. I think it would be a reason for me to watch it. I would love to see, you know, them just try to do that, even if they failed, even if they didn't do it good. You know, I think that'd just be intriguing to see someone try to do, especially like on a primetime type of thing. I'd like to see them push the boundaries as much. But here's what I'm worried about. Okay, if it's not Regan, and it's about these priests, okay, what if this turns into a Monster of the Week show? What if this turns into a Flash, into an Arrow, one of those types of shows, you know, or you know, just like almost just like an episode to episode plot with a background plot for the season. What if it turns into that? That show will not be a good show. We don't want to see like I don't know, Exorcism of the Week. We don't want to see
That's
that.
a good thought. I actually hadn't thought about that at all, but that totally makes sense.
But
it's definitely a direction they could go with it. But they also could make it to where
it's like maybe 2 or 3 exorcisms a season or something, you know what
or
I
maybe
mean?
just they really get into one and follow a lot of detail, you know.
Yeah, and that might be what it is. I can't remember her name, something Green, but she's an actress that, you know, Google the cast of Exorcist. You know, you've seen her before. Anyway, it's supposedly like these priests going to help her family. So I don't know if that's going to be like, I mean, I think the actress that I'm thinking of, she's been in a lot of stuff. So I think that she will be a person that, here, look that up, Joel. You're getting on it. You know what's up. Wait, by the way, we're going to take a pause from that real quick. How you liking that iOS 10?
It sucks.
On a 6, you think, right?
It sucks. So I don't know if it's the actual operating system that just isn't running very well because it's new, or if it's because it's running on a 6, which I don't understand because it's only a 2 generations back.
Yeah.
But it's just real slow. They got rid of some little features and added a different way to get to that feature.
Things look different a little bit.
Some things look different.
It's an update.
I mean, I'm still gonna buy the 7, but
Yeah. Do you need to do it right now? You need to trade in that 6. At Sprint, trade in an iPhone 6, 7, 6S, 6S Plus, or wait, not a 7. Obviously not a 7. Don't trade in a 7. That would be pointless. But it's your 6s, trade them in. I was gonna go real broadcaster announcy voice. I fucked that up. Trade in your iPhone 6s now. You get an iPhone 7 for free. Sprint, holla at your boy.
holla, 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 holla.
Holla, holla, holla. Did you figure that out?
I'm getting there. Just continue talking.
Okay, well, anyway, so it's going to follow this family. I'm hoping that it just sticks with 1 or 2 exorcisms, because if it's an exorcism of the week, it's going to fucking suck, and it's going to fucking get canceled, maybe even before the fucking season finishes. There's a lot of... The horror scene in TV isn't exactly overfilled. I don't think it's as overfilled as superhero, even though we have 5 shows on here right now that we're talking about, but still. Let's see here real quick. No, it is not her. I'm gonna assist. It is Gina Davis.
Oh, Gina Davis?
Gina Davis. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. She's in a bunch of stuff.
Hey, man,
Stuart
girl,
Little.
there's no crying in baseball.
Beetlejuice. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. No crying in baseball. She's the main chick in fucking... Well, not the main chick. She's not Winona Ryder, but she's the mother or the fucking wife in Beetlejuice, you know. So, yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. So I feel like she'll probably be in the show for the season. You know what I mean? She's a great actress. So she's also was in, like, some, like, political type of stuff shows, too, later on in her career that she's done more recently. You know, like that NYPD Blue and shit like that. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff that, like, only people over 35, like, watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way we're at our age watching that stuff. You
Probably
know what
not.
I mean? Hell no. Terrible television.
Terrible.
Like, just like up with that, with like that CSI crap. Like, man, I hate that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what sperm did we find this week? You know what I mean? Like, that's...
I thought there was a literal sperm database.
Yeah, seriously. All right, so, I hope it's gonna be good. If they do it to just 1 or 2 exorcisms, it'll be good. But it's gonna need fan support. So if you enjoy horror shows and you want to see The Exorcist flourish and you like the first couple ones, then just make sure you watch it, because that's one of those shows that's just so on the verge of chopping block before it even starts. Lethal Weapon's done. Don't watch Lethal Weapon. If you think about watching Lethal Weapon, just don't even do it.
No. Here it is. If you want to watch Lethal Weapon, go buy the fucking movies.
Yeah, exactly. Bam.
Except 4. Don't watch 4. 4 is bad.
Yeah. The 4 is almost a show. 4 is almost.
Actually, you know what? Just get 1 and 2. You'll be all right.
Yeah, no one even really needs a third Lethal Weapon. Yeah, I mean, and Damian Wayans as Danny Glover, just no. We should have brought in someone new. Your Riggs is somebody new. Why are you gonna have him be in the shadow, the little tiny shadow of Damian Wayans? Like, terrible. All right. Anyway, next show that we love, show that we're gonna totally promote the hell out of, try to get people to watch right now. Salem.
Woo!
Salem.
Woo!
So good. Salem is so good. You probably aren't watching it, which is why we're going to tell you about this, because it's just such a good show. We won't try to go into too spoiler stuff. We are going to go into spoiler stuff. We will tell you when. We're going to give you a good rundown, though, of the show before we get into spoilers things. Salem, Massachusetts. Right when everything's going down, it pretty much tells you this mixed... It has some type of true events, kind of what John Alden, which is a real character that's in the show and was a Navy captain in real life that took accounts of the Salem witch trials. He's a part of the show. You have characters like Mary Sibley, the slave, Tituba. I think Mercy is a real character too. So these people... John Sibley was a main, Sibley was a name and stuff like that. And so it all derives from real people. They obviously blow it up to as max proportion as they can.
And I'm fucking glad they did.
Because it's such a great story. It blows AHS out of the water. The only thing is that AHS is just a little bit more polished because FX has the dollars. WGN does not have the dollars, obviously. But seriously, guys, watch Salem. It's such a great story. And, I think kind of a problem with AHS, too, is that it does fall in that miniseries category. And like I said, even though the reason why that show stays on is because it has the funding that it does.
Sure, yeah.
And
a pretty good cast.
And it came out perfectly just right around that Walking Dead craze came out and stuff, and it just had great timing. It had great timing. There really wasn't the concept of like Halloween television like fall series. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and they definitely take a cool direction with it. Like, it's definitely over the top.
Yeah, it's definitely much more than what the Salem witch trial, or maybe it wasn't. We weren't there. Maybe there was some fucking crazy ass shit that went down.
Maybe this is exactly how they went down.
Yeah.
But just all the little stories and how all these little connections are made and chemistries between characters is so cool. And I am just a giant sucker for good makeup and effects.
Yes, and that is something that this show does do well. There is absolutely just no CG to this show. There really is not. And the CG that they do use, it's more like of a setting type of CG, like a fiery pit or like, things like that. But even like when there's like tar and stuff, and like because there's people being dipped into tar in this show, and it does go. If you're a religious person, I would say that maybe you don't want to watch this show because it does not hold things back. I mean, it is very devilly. There are some times where I watch this show and I'm like, I don't know who I'm fucking rooting for. Like, am I a bad person? Am I gonna burn in hell because I am like totally just like want these witches to fucking burn bitches?
Oh yeah, no, it was cool. I remember knowing that I was gonna like this show. I forgot which episode it was, but I think they go into this woman's home and she's pregnant and they're like trying to deliver the baby, and Mary Sibley's in there, and this woman who's trying to deliver the baby looks up at Mary Sibley and she sees a demon. She doesn't see Mary Sibley's. Everyone else sees them, or sees her, excuse me. But I had to stop and pause it and just sit there and appreciate the makeup that they did for the demon. Just little things like that is super cool to me, and the direction that the show goes and all the stuff that goes about it as far as how all these
very practical effects, very practical. And what's very cool is that you can tell that, especially in season 2, they really start to pay a homage to like Sam Raimi, because there's that, without giving too much out, there's a scene with a boy and he's possessed, and there's like a camera angle that keeps going back and forth. He's yelling at somebody and it's like regular camera angle, but then there's a camera angle to where like there's a camera strapped to his chest, like looking from his chin up, and like he's spinning around the room, and it's just so Sam Raimi. It's just so Evil Dead, so Drag Me Out of Hell type of horror, and it just works so good. Ash vs. Evil Dead is another great show, and just another show with great practical effects. And Salem just has a really good story to go along with it. One thing about the Weekend of Salem, though, I didn't really realize this until our boss said it, but Shane West isn't the best actor. I think he's better in season 1 than he is in season 2, but then at the end of season 2, when you find out that he kind of, without saying too much, he's more important all of a sudden. He has more of an understanding of what he is, kind of has a family type of thing going on. And I think he kind of fits that role better, because at the beginning of season 2, he was like this witch hunter badass, and he kept like talking in this rough talk, and you're like, why don't you just talk regular? Like, you don't have to sound like this.
And he was chopping wood with his shirt off every 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was.
I don't care, man. Quit.
Maybe some people love that.
You don't have electricity. We fucking get it. You need fire. Chop it on your own time.
Yeah, that's another thing. You don't need to show us that you're chopping wood. We get that. I mean, you could have been making butter. I'm way more interested on how people, turn butter than chopped wood. We all know that you had to chop wood.
You ever been to Bicentennial Town?
Nope.
Man,
What
we
is
should
that?
go there.
What is that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. I think it's by like Greeley or Windsor, and it's just a town old as fuck.
That sounds boring as fucking shit.
Well, I mean, it's like a how do you fucking say that field trip? It's like a field trip destination for kids.
Oh, I gotcha.
They can go and churn butter
For kids.
and make rope.
For kids.
I'm a big fucking kid.
For kids, Hoel.
I'm a big fucking kid.
Well, maybe one of the listeners wants to go to your podunk town.
Hey,
No, just
yeah, any
kidding.
of you motherfuckers want to go to my podunk town? Come along. Come with me. Let's go. Let's do this.
No, that sounds like a great field
Let's
trip.
go make some butter.
I would go there. I would watch you make butter. I feel like that whole like jostling arm thing, like not like that's pretty shake weighty. It's pretty shake weighty. Turning the butter in it. Great response. Great response.
Yes.
All right. So anyway,
Salem's great. Watch it.
Is there anything else that you want to say about Salem? Is there anything else? Season 3 is coming. # Witch War. That's their little viral marketing campaign through social media.
Yeah, bring back Lucy Lawless.
Yes, Lucy Lawless. Well, that's the thing. We don't exactly know if she's gone. Lucy Lawless is a very loose end at the end of season 2. We'll at least tell you that. There's no way that she is gone. No way that she has died. Just her presence is still there. We just don't know if we will get the same Lucy Lawless character.
I don't
same
think-
Countess.
I don't think it's gonna be the Countess.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Well. Anyway, Lucy Lawless comes in season 2 and nails it like Lucy Lawless also does. Also, Lucy Lawless is in another great practical show that we were talking about earlier, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Lucy Lawless is in Ash vs. Evil Dead, and she is just fucking perfect in that show too. Lucy Lawless was also great in fucking Spartacus. Spartacus was a great fucking show that I just totally loved. A lot of man love in that show. You know, a lot of man stuff, you know. And they really try to counteract it with a bunch of women nudity. But I mean, man, that was like the thing. It was like, remember when G.I. Joe 2 came out and there was like that viral marketing campaign that AMC did, and it was just like, hey girls, you want to see G.I. Joe 2? And then like it was like a picture of like Channing Tatum and like The Rock and everybody with their shirts off, and they're like, hell yeah. It's like, it's just so that type of thing.
And then
you know what I
nobody
mean?
went and saw it.
Yeah, nobody went and saw it. Spartacus, though, people saw it was fantastic.
Spartacus was great.
It-
I can only vouch for the first season. I only watched the first one.
Yeah, it was great. The sad thing is just that Andy died. You know, Spartacus, he had cancer. He passed away. Sad thing. He was such a great Spartacus, and he helped like produce that show and stuff. So that sucked. But if you did like the show, it's still a great show. Manu Bennett, who was Deathstroke in Arrow, that's how he started. He was the undefeated Gruul. But yeah. So watch Salem. Like you said, the ending quote, Lucy Lawless, fantastic. Hope we see more Lucy Lawless. Very loose, and all the characters are great. All the characters are just fucking perfect. They totally fit their role. And the end of season 2 just opened it up to such great opportunity. Big reason why we're probably going to spoil all these other shows that we talk about and not this one is just because we want you to watch this.
We really do.
So
It's
just go
super
fucking watch
cool.
it. It's great. It's on Netflix. Both seasons right now. Go do it. Go do it. Stop listening to this. Just kidding. Rate, review us on iTunes. Download all of our episodes and keep listening. But go watch that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next, Walking Dead. Walking Dead ended on a super big cliffhanger.
Glenn's dead.
Oh my God. We don't know that.
It's gotta be Glenn, man.
That fucker was in peril all season, wasn't
Exactly.
He has
It's
to.
gotta be a
Yeah.
giant foreshadow.
he? Yeah.
He's already gone in the comic. I know they don't follow the comic.
Yeah, exactly.
extremely
And that's
close.
the thing. It's like you don't know because they're just so far off from the comic in a sense, and you just don't know what's coming. And like, I feel like it almost might not be Glenn because it's like almost too easy for it to be Glenn. Like,
What if it's Daryl?
then fucking people riot?
Yeah, but
Do people riot anymore actually about Daryl? Do you think The Walking Dead has maybe simmered down? That group has simmered down a bit, you know?
I don't know. I think some people would probably definitely be upset, but it would be the easiest character to get rid of, I guess, if they want to try to get back to the more linear way of the comic. You know, he doesn't even exist, so. But he is a fan favorite.
It's true.
He is a fan
doesn't
favorite.
exist.
So
He
I
doesn't
don't
exist.
think it would be him, but I honest to goodness think it's Glenn. I think
know.
Glenn's gone.
I know. I think he has gone. R.I.P. Glenn. #RIP Glenn. #we know.
Mhm.
#Illuminati podcast. No, but Negan is going to be such a great, fantastic fucking addition to this show. It is the main reason why I'm looking forward to Walking Dead. Walking Dead in the past couple seasons has been wishy-washy. Season 6 has been clearly the best season that they've had for a while, I think. Almost going back to like season 2 or 3 were kind of comparison to 6. I thought 4 and 5 was just not my deal. I feel like they weren't exactly too sure where to go, and I don't know.
I think
they're
seasons
trying
were
new
offset.
things, yeah, and I don't know. It felt like their mid-season finales were better than their season finales. And then they set up a great cliffhanger like shows are supposed to do. Shows are supposed to do this, people, so do not forget this. They're supposed to put a mean-ass cliffhanger in there. So all of you people that got mad not knowing who Negan died and was like, why would you leave it on a cliffhanger again? That's what you did all shows. That's what shows do. You have to watch the next episode. How the fuck did you think that they're going to get you to watch the next episode?
Right.
It's a cliffhanger, people.
Glenn's dead. Please come back for season 7.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what you wanted? Like,
Did Maggie kill herself?
yeah. That should have been the cliffhanger. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not gonna even get into that. What is her name? Lauren Cohen. Beautiful woman. Beautiful woman.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
absolutely.
Just like Mercy in Salem.
Mercy Lewis.
in Salem.
Yeah.
She's
I got a crush on her in that show, man.
She is a beautiful woman.
Especially when her hair comes back.
Yeah, it's fake hair, I think, but
No, it definitely is.
Yeah.
You could
But it looks
you could
nice.
see it.
I'm not so much for that. Like, I'm not so much actually for that like weird type of sexual stuff that kind of like is an AHS, like that whole like blood and sex type of thing. Like, I'm totally not into that.
Yeah, but that scene when
yes.
she ate the little girl or
Yeah,
whatever.
she like drank her, and then she was like wrapped up in this wolf skin, and she had like dried blood on her, like. And it wasn't like clumped up anywhere. It was like real like spread off. So it was
somewhat
pinkish.
fresh.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. That was just hot.
Oh,
That was
man,
nice.
That
was
a good
nice.
scene.
I like that. That was
It
good.
showed how fucking insane she is.
The show is not very artsy. It's more about like, getting to like just the good horror like aspect of the show. But that moment was like a very artsy moment. Like that was a very
Absolutely.
good thing to add. And I think that's what Lucy Lawless kind of brought to the show, was like that artsy thing. Her character was just very artsy.
Well, she was
elegant.
German
Countess. Yeah.
So
elegant.
she had to have
Had
a
a
lot of
ship.
elegance.
Yeah, always great dresses. That purple hood,
Man, wasn't that
fantastic.
rad?
That was a fantastic fucking hood.
Oh.
Immediately I thought of, could they get that type of purple back in the day? Did they have that purple of clothes? I was just completely blown away by how purple that fucking hood was, dude.
Germans,
swear.
man, Germans.
I swear. I was like, that is just the deepest purple I've ever fucking seen. I almost
Chocolate
wanted to wear
colors.
cloaks. I almost wanted to wear cloaks and just have a purple hood, I mean, probably be creepy,
Just have a bunch of like monks follow you and go.
And then like rose petals, potpourri. That's something that it's breaky. It's breaky.
It
You
smells
got
so
you got
bad.
you got it. Oh, or does it? If it's on
It does. What kind of a question is that? It sounds horrible.
potpourri was such a big thing, and then it came and gone, didn't it?
Thank
Like
God.
you do not see potpourri anywhere.
My mom used to use it in every vase in the house. I don't know why. We didn't have a fucking vase with flowers in it.
Someone was just like, "Hey, I got an idea. Okay, flowers. Okay, flowers smell great, right? Flowers die. Okay, flowers fucking die. Like we all fucking die. We all die sometime. Like flowers. Okay. Now, what if you took dead plants, you made them smell freshy deshy again? Huh? And then it's like you have flowers that always smell good, but then it's like they're dead. You don't have to take care of them. I bet you that's how potpourri was sold.
And then the creators sit in the back room like, haha, joke's on you, fuckers. This is disgusting and smells like shit.
Yeah. Sold hot dams in the late 90s to early 2000s.
Oh, man, Hot Damn. Remember Hot Damn?
Oh, yeah. Hot Dam was a thing before Fireball took that fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Hot Dam.
Or Aftershock?
Oh,
remember they trying to get the
I
crystals?
got wicked illegal drunk off Aftershock. And then, yeah, you're like, do I eat these crystals? And they're sugary. And then you're like, haha, I'm fucked up. But I don't think the crystals really fucked you up.
Oh, well, we still managed to get into them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Somehow.
Yeah, I mean, well, you just break it.
Yeah.
You just gotta break the bottle.
Yeah,
There's no other way.
Yeah.
No other
That's what happened.
way.
That's old school, kids.
Yeah.
Don't drink illegally, though.
Go
We don't
get some
condone that.
Aftershock, Goldschlager, and Hot Damn.
Yeah.
It's like 2005 all over again.
Yeah, my friend Matt actually got real fucked up off Goldschlager one time.
Oh, yeah.
Super sad that this girl that he kind of thought was cute back in the day she completely moved on from her now. But anyway, she came to the party with a homie, and he's like, I just remember Matt looking at me with a ball of Goldschlager and said, "She fucking came with the bro. She fucking came with the bro." And then he kept drinking that Goldschlager. And then I seen him sitting on a chair outside, just in the middle of a yard, with nobody else around him, throwing up to his side. So I was like, I'm going to sleep in my fucking car. Fuck all that noise. I'm going to go sleep in my car, where it's at least a little bit better. I tried to get Matt in the car. Wasn't happening. He was throwing up. So you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I got a second lawn chair, propped up homie's feet.
That's a dog right
have
there.
Have a good night. You have a good night. Have a good night. And you know what? Sure enough, 3:30 in the morning. Oh, wake up. Hey, bro, let me in your car. It's cold as fuck. Like, oh, you sleep that off? You sleep that off, buddy?
You got all the gold out your stomach?
Yeah, seriously.
Is it gone? Is there a shiny little pile next to the table?
You throw up the U.S. Treasury or what?
Yeah. I threw up $32.96.
Hilarious, and it is weird gold, and like it's such a weird thing. And then when we
probably shouldn't have been consumed.
No, seriously, and that was the thing is like Matt just gave me this scoop one day and was like, you have gold flakes in there, so it kind of makes little slits on the way down, so it enters your bloodstream faster and you get more fucked up. I don't know if that's true.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would think that wouldn't be legal to sell.
Definitely isn't.
Yeah, exactly. But that was Matt's high school just ideas. He was just totally down. And he goes, if I can cut you up and we're gonna get fucked up because we have little slits in our esophagus.
Hey man, theories are cool.
Yeah, especially when you're fucking 16
and drinking.
Yeah. Anything's cool then.
Yeah.
Don't drink, kids. This is an explicit podcast, so
it is.
You know,
yeah. So go drink.
If you're
no, don't go drink. Don't go drink. If you're under 21, don't go drink. And if you do, just be quiet about it.
Just your parents aren't that great because you're listening to this podcast.
Keep that shit on the hush, man.
I mean, it's easily accessible through iTunes. You don't have to even put in like your age. But hey,
just remember this: alcohol doesn't freeze, water does.
Yeah, because that was just so fucking out of the blue. Why'd you say that?
Because I drank an entire bottle of vodka and tried to fill it with water and put it in the freezer when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid.
Water frozen.
No, what you do is you get your parents' sweet alcohol, take it 1 or 2 shots, fill it up with water, and then you put sugar back in it, and then you could barely tell.
I'm Mexican. My parents don't drink sweet alcohol.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. I had a white mom. We had fucking apple schnapps everywhere.
No, we don't. We didn't.
The pucker?
No pucker either.
No pucker?
No.
My mom was all about that shit.
White
anyway,
tequila, brown tequila.
Real quick, last show I want to talk about, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Ended real crazy. The whole show is real crazy. Great comedy. Go watch it. Joel hasn't watched it.
I haven't.
It is on Stars. It's kind of hard to get to. It's not streaming anywhere. I feel like maybe it has came to Netflix. That isn't a positive
I don't
thing.
think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so hopefully it does very soon before it starts. It's a fantastic show, like I said. Bruce Campbell, Lucy Lawless, and then you have a bunch of actors. Pablo, the kid that plays Pablo, and I can't remember her name, but the other girl that goes with them on their Avengers. Fantastic actors. Such another word for bodacious. Such a bodacious show. You should definitely check it out. It's a great show. Classic Bruce Campbell. Just hilarity in it. You know what I mean? He's literally chainsawing people's heads off, but he's also trying to get laid at the same time. The whole plot of this story is because he's drunk and some bitch says, I like poetry. So he's just read something out of the Necronomicon. That's how this show starts. That's
awesome.
It is. And he's like, oh, I got some poetry for you. And he's all slurring. He's just like, Gisco, Baflo, Honest, Alice, and stuff like that. And she's like, that ain't poetry. She's completely unimpressed.
That's not poetry, but that's the devil.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep with you now. Yeah, exactly. So that is Fall TV. That was a super extended episode, but I think it went great. Thank you for listening.
Come back.
Come back. We're going to do Fall TV too. And it's going to be mostly superhero shows and some comedies. And we're going to talk about iZombie because I love it. iZombie is great. Joel, watch iZombie. Listeners, watch
Season 2 is going on Netflix soon.
Season 2 is going on Netflix. Get to it. Ride that train to greatness. And
maybe Halloween show in the future?
Maybe Halloween show. It's a great show. It's, get to it. Get to it.
GB.